Alright guys, I have returned. I am so sorry about that. I've been having issues with the connectivity on my phone. I have already contacted my carrier about it, so bear with me for the time being. But anyways, like what I was saying, like I don't even think much about those terms. You're creating a problem on something that's not there. So if you don't like compliments and endearings and you're looking for something specific, maybe you need to reconsider your career or something, because I cannot let something like that bother me. I don't go somewhere to be told that I'm talented, clever, or funny. I am self-confident enough to know that that's how I am as a person, that that is my performance as a worker. If you need to be acknowledged like that, then those are your insecurities. That's on you. Don't make a big deal out of it. Keep us out of it. That's your own personal struggles, challenges, and issues. Do not try to like blame other people for your personal issues. Like if you cannot take an endearing, you just, I don't even know what to tell you. Number 12, examine your language when talking about women. Get rid of irrational, dramatic, bossy, and badgering immediately. I mean, sometimes women do say and do irrational things. If you do and say irrational things, you are going to be defined as irrational, period. And let's face it, sometimes women really make everything blow out of proportion. Like, make a big deal out of something that's not a big deal. I would describe that as dramatic. If you're acting dramatically, you're going to be described as dramatically. That's what adjectives are for. If you don't want to be described as such, do not behave as such. I never ever get cold, irrational, or dramatic. Ever. I think I tend to roast myself and call myself those things. That's on me. And then when it comes to bossy, I think I made a stream about this already. Or if I haven't, then, I'll get to it. But, I mean, I don't have anything to add, really. Just, that's on you. Your insecurities cannot be projected onto other people. Deal with it. Number 13 says, don't think to yourself, I describe men like that too. A, you probably don't. B, if you do, it's to criticize them for acting like a woman. I mean, how do you know that they don't if you're not present to hear them not criticizing a man in the same manner that they criticize a woman? For me, the people in my circle who are leaders, they talk to everyone in the same manner. And I'm sure that behind closed doors, it's the same thing, because otherwise I would have heard about it. So, again, I think you are creating an issue where there isn't one. Number 14 says, do you love fiery Latina women, strong black women, mysterious Asian women? Stop. Pick up a book on decolonial feminism. Read. Now, I don't know what decolonial feminism is. I'm not going to try to infer what I think it is, because I could be wrong. So I'm not going to comment on that one. But based on the little words that I see, I guess it's stereotypical to think that black women are just strong because genetically they tend to be bigger and they tend to be associated with being the best athletes. And I base this off what I tend to see that's trending. Like Serena Williams trends every time she has a game. So I'm assuming that she represents what a good sportsmanship is. Or should I say sportswomanship? Is it bad for me to say sportsmanship? I know I'm just being silly now. But anyways, I just thought I would catch myself. Um, and then mysterious Asian women. I have never thought of Asians as mysterious, so I don't know where that comes from. And then fiery Latina women. I guess I have heard of that before, but I'm not sure. I guess they mean energetic, or I don't know. I truly don't know. Number 15, stop calling women feisty. We don't need a special lady word for has an opinion. Well, is your opinion an aggressive one? If it's an aggressive one, you will be called feisty because we probably don't need an attitude while you express your opinions. How about if you express your opinions in an orderly manner, in a respectful manner, and not in a, because I'm a woman, I am a supreme being. And maybe, just maybe, the treatment that you will get will be of greater quality. Try it. Speaking from experience. 16 says, recognize women's credibility when you introduce them. Donna is lovely is much less useful than Donna knows shitloads about architecture. I mean, what can I say about that? When I'm being introduced, I like to be humble actually. Even if I could brag about being, I don't know, the best pilot, I don't need to be introduced as such. Do you know why? Because my job performance will speak for me. So if you get called lovely, just say thanks. Say thank you. It's a compliment. I mean, he could very easily introduce you as a bitch because if you're complaining about something positive, like being described as lovely, then I don't know. I just cannot imagine myself giving that too much thought. I don't need for my self image to be improved because of someone else. That mess comes from me. I make myself feel good. I decide my attitude and how I perceive things. Period. I'm responsible for everything, you know. So I don't need someone else to be doing that for me, to be teaching me what my value is. I already know it. Number 17 says, think about how you describe the young women in your family. Celebrate them for being funny and smart, not for being pretty and compliant. I mean, when it comes to being pretty, I would have loved to have heard that I'm pretty more often as a kid, but I guess I wasn't. Did that destroy me? No. I grew up to evolve into someone who's pretty attractive. Well, at least I feel like I can be pretty attractive. Like, I guess I have my charm and personality to me. When it comes to physical, I'm confident about myself. What can I say? But but when it comes to me being described as funny and smart, I don't need for people to tell me that they think I'm funny and smart. Do you know why? Because people, when they're in my presence, they are laughing. So I don't need them to tell me, ha ha, Zam, you're really funny, this and that. It just happens naturally. You don't need for that to be expressed. It's already implied. And then when it comes to being smart, again, I let my actions and my performance do the speaking. I don't need to physically have someone telling me that I'm smart. It just shows. So I don't need to be celebrated for that. It just shows. And it shows through confidence. Be confident. Number 18 says, examine the way you talk about the women you're attracted to. Fat women, old women, queer, trans, and powerful women are not your guilty crush. Now listen, you guys know that I have a record of saying that I have had unconventional crushes. And by unconventional crushes, if I did my job well at rambling, I tried to define it as what it is. The folks who are commonly not associated with being attractive. And that is based on my social surroundings, culture, country, etc., etc. Every single place in the planet has their beauty standards. So when I say I have had an unconventional crush, it means that what we are used in my society, in the society that surrounds me and I'm a member of, that's not considered typically attractive or the traditional definition of attractive. So, fat women, old women, all that stuff, if someone calls it a guilty crush, it's because that's not what they're used to. Like, it's not what is commonly associated with the beauty standard in their culture. I would love to say that there is nothing wrong with that, but the reason I don't say it like that is because I just think that people should not be judged, period. But we are social creatures. People will talk about people. I know people out there talk about me. Good things and bad things. Am I losing sleep over that? No. Am I offended about the bad stuff that possibly gets spoken about me? No, because I know myself, I know how I live my day. If someone is saying negative stuff about me, maybe they would like to supply me with constructive criticism, but they don't know how to do it. But I know that I can go to bed very comfortably and happily knowing that today I was a good person and I did the best thing that I could do. I don't need to have a trophy for that. So, how about if you just become confident about yourself and your quality as a lady, and you will just see how life treats you so much better as opposed to be sitting here complaining and begging for special treatment. And then number 19 says, learn to praise a woman without demonizing other women. You're not like other girls is not a compliment. I want to be like other girls. Other girls are awesome. I mean, what can I say? You praise someone if you feel that they deserve the praise. Being told that you're not like other girls for me is actually a compliment because I love my sense of individuality. I love my sense of being genuine, original, unique. What's wrong with that? Like, that's the way I think of you're not like other girls. And maybe, just maybe, the reason guys say that you're not like other girls if you're actually a good girl is because they have had terrible experiences with other girls and they are trying to show you how special you are. But you are deciding to be sensitive about a simple phrase. I love it when people tell me that I'm not like other girls because it makes me feel like I'm in the right path in life. Because usually I associated the deeds of other girls as not the most responsible. Like, I did not decide to have a child when I was very young because I knew that would complicate my life unnecessarily, and I had goals that I wanted to fulfill without added stresses. Am I asking to be praised and celebrated for that? No, because I am confident about myself. But, I mean, to say that other girls are awesome, that is, it's an opinion. It's not a fact. In the same manner that I can sit here and say that guys are awesome because at least the ones that are close to me are freaking awesome. So if girls are awesome, guys are awesome. So if you want equality, you have to acknowledge the fact that there are guys out there that are awesome. So maybe I want to be like guys to some extent because they are confident, they are strong, they're not complaining or whining so much, and they actually get stuff done. You know, those character traits I would like to adopt from guys. And whenever girls start displaying that conduct, then maybe I'll consider crediting them more. But if I don't learn those character traits from girls, it ain't the guy's fault. So if I like the traits that guys exhibit, I will acknowledge it. Number 20, share writing by women. Don't paraphrase their work in your Facebook post to show us all how smart or woke you are. I guarantee the woman said it better in the first place. There you go, trying to like uplift yourself by trying to talk down on the contributions of men. So, I mean, when it comes to paraphrasing something, I remember today precisely, I tweeted something along the lines of, I wish that I could remember if someone said somebody or someone when I'm quoting someone. So, if you really need for guys to be giving you that much credit and calling you out like that, you just have major self confidence issues. I'm sorry. But that's really the way that I look at this. You need constant attention and acknowledgement and empowerment. Why can you not be confident by default? Do your thing. Just do it. You know? Um, and at least if the guy is posting something positive, or anyone for that matter, anything that I read that I enjoy and I repost or I hit the like button or whatever, I like it for the content. I don't like it for the contributor. I really don't pay attention to who writes what. I don't know names very much. So, how about if you focus on that? Now, if you really would like to continue to follow a specific creator or something, then that's different. But I like content. I do not remember looking at the textbooks when I would go in school and be like, was this written by a guy or a woman? Or what are their names? I never did that. So I cannot place importance to that. Uh, Hang on one second. I don't see it. Anyways, get out a new one. La 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 la. Sorry, I did not prepare properly for this stream. And eventually I'm gonna need water too. But I have a gallon right next to me. Okay. 21 says, buy sanitary pads and tampons and donate them to a homeless shelter. Just do it. Are you doing it too? That's all I have to reply to that one. 22. How much of what you are watching, reading, and listening to was made by women? Gender balance your bookcase. Why? What if women write, sing, or act stuff out that I don't like, that I don't find fun, that I don't find entertaining? Like, there are bands that I like, and there are bands that I don't like. Some are male, some are female. Why do I have to be thinking about balancing my bookcase? I mean, if you're really that concerned about it, that's up to you. That's what you do. You speak with your money, right? You make that decision. Do not tell others how to invest their hard earned money. It's crazy to me. 24 says, don't buy media that demeans women's experiences, valorizes violence against women, or excludes them entirely from a cast. It's not enough to oppose those things. You have to actively make them unmarketable. And what about the all women casts? Why do those need to be celebrated? See what I mean? Equality. It needs to come from you too. And then which media demeans women's experiences and valorizes violence against women? What about the movies where men are getting blown to bits? Why is that okay? You know? Equality. 25 says, pay attention to stories with nuanced female characters. It will be interesting. I promise. If that's not your cup of tea, you don't have to sip it. 26 says, if you read stories to a child, swap the genders. Why? Why? 27, watch women's sport and just call it sports. What if you need to be specific? What if you need to describe that it was boys basketball, it was girls basketball? I'm telling you, I just cannot wrap my head around some of this stuff. I just cannot. Wow, I'm getting stuffy all of a sudden. It's probably that time of the night. 28. Withdraw your support from sports clubs, institutions, and companies that protect and employ rapists and abusers. How do you know that? How do you know that these people are rapists and abusers? That's a very serious accusation. And if you really know that these people are like that, why are you not turning them in to the police? That's severe right there. You know, it's I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it. You guys let me know. I'll catch up with all of your comments at some point, but yeah. 29. Stop raving about Woody Allen. I don't care if he shits gold. Find a non-accused abuser to fanboy over. I mean, his stuff came after his works. He may be an SOB all that he wants, but if he's talented, period. That's all I have to say. Like, there's been people who have made good contributions to society who ended up being evil people. I mean, what can we do? Number 30. It's General Leia, not Princess. The Doctor has a companion, not an assistant. It's Dr. Bartlett, not Miss Madame First Lady. Now listen, I knew Princess Leia as Princess Leia before she became General. Had I not watched the newer Star Wars, I would not have known that she was a general. Why are you making a big issue out of this? Just because she has a position that we have to acknowledge somehow? Just, just, no. Let's focus on the real problems in the world, alright? Princess Leia's title, a fictional character's title, is not important to me. To me personally, to Zambri, is not important. You guys let me know what you think about that one. And then, cast women in parts written for men. We know how to rule kingdoms, go to war, be, not be, and wait for Godot. I'm sorry. I'm not paying attention to this. And wait a second. We know how to rule kingdoms. We know how to go to war. What? when was a war led by a woman again? I'm seriously asking this question. When? Because I want to research on that, but I want a specific story. You know, like I want a specific story. I will make sure to never do this setup again. I'll go to what I regularly do because clearly this is not very reliable. But yeah, someday I'll have it all together to where my equipment cooperates for me. Someday, I promise. Alright, guys. I think that I am going to quit here. It's a shame because there is so much more that's interesting to discuss where that came from, but I just had to get started on this and address these points because it really was making my blood boil. And it's not that I was genuinely being angry at this article. It's just that I feel like this is trying to speak for me in a manner that I do not agree with. And I also feel like some of these points definitely do more harm than good. And I want to start the conversation about it. And I would like for, at least in the little space that my channel is in the grand scheme of things, I want people to show up in here, voice their opinion, I'll voice mine, challenge me, and I'll challenge you. And I want to learn because it really, really, really stinks to live a whole life being fed bullshit. And I think it's important that we all have a fair platform where you can just say something and you get heard. But if you have room for improvement, then we offer it for you. But if you are doing fine, then that should be acknowledged as well, you know? And like I say, I sometimes sit here and I say things that you guys don't necessarily love that I'm saying. The most recent example that I can think of, well, not so recent, but for some reason you guys were not big fans of my evolution video, and I was like, wow, I mean, I'm just trying to be different. I don't want to stick to what everyone says. I don't want to just jump on the bandwagon for the sake of looking cool and doing what the rest of the crowd is doing. No, I want to be different. And it's okay to be different as long as you're not interfering other people's lives, you know? So if you ever feel like you want to address something or discuss something, or you want me to start the conversation about something, let me know and I will make sure that you get your moment to shine and teach me something, because I'm all about learning. I really, really love to learn, especially things that are challenging for me. So that's why if if that's the case, I immediately note it to you guys and be like, I'm not very strong on this topic, but doesn't mean that I cannot look at something and have an opinion. So I want for you guys to always remember that. You can tell me anything. And if it's something that I consider that shouldn't be repeated, I'll just give you a heads up and be like, hey, I don't think this is appropriate. So, let's not do that. But as much as I can, I want for you guys to be able to like come talk to me, and then I'll talk to you and tell you what I think, and just make the world better in that way. So anyways, well, not make the world better, but you know what I mean. I don't feel like everyone has the capacity to handle these matters. That's what I meant to say. I am going to quickly look at your comments. I'm sorry that I cannot really hang out, but at least I want to see them, and hopefully I won't crash. But as many as I can, and if I have something substantial to add, I'll get to you. And then anything that stands out, I'll make sure to maybe create a separate stream or something. But I want to go through all of those 100 points because I think it's worth it. There is some stuff in there that gets pretty messy. So I would love it if you guys didn't read ahead while I bring it up in the stream, but of course I can't stop you. But if you read it all, then cool, you'll know what I'll talk about. But if you wanna wait for me to get around to it, I think that would be. It's like watching a movie spoiler free, or like reading a book spoiler free. But I don't mind spoilers. So maybe some of you guys don't mind to just finish the rest of the story, but be my guest. Let me see what you guys were saying. Hi Zamri, hello Jordan. Haribet says behind a lot of actual harassment, I've lost count how many times I'm hazed at work, and it's by women. Yeah, yeah, guys are victims too, and nobody talks about that. That's the crazy thing for me. I don't think it's fair. God, I've been sick all summer. This stinks. God created all race of women to be the same, but all race of women are different. Yes, Zamri, most gotta have faith in themselves. I love pretty women, but I don't like a woman putting down on themselves. Zamri, you're so right. Believing in yourself makes you stronger. Us men don't understand women's thoughts, but other women do. Zamri, I think most of us men in general know how things. I honestly don't think equal rights can exist because women only want equal rights when it's convenient to them and no rights for men. Exactly. One of these days I will bring up that conversation. Um, her that because another thing that I want to discuss is like religion, like God-given rights. Like someone phrased it for me so beautifully. But basically, God-given rights are God-given rights that are good when it suits someone's agenda. I want to talk about that too, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But we'll have the. I've been keeping an eye out for interesting topics. And most women need a man to feel beautiful. That's sad. It's nothing wrong having a relationship. Just important that a woman feel beautiful no matter what. You know what, Jordan? At some point, I was like that. I liked to be. I just liked how a guy could make me feel so much better and just help me understand my beauty, I guess, better, like reinforce it. But I can say that I have now learned to value myself independently. I hope that made sense. But basically, yeah, it for some reason I felt like like a guy was the way to go when it comes to feeling just good in general. But but I mean, if a guy can help me feel even much better than I would have independently, then great. I mean, good for me. Sometimes I need help with some things. And maybe that's what a guy does. They just contribute to my life to make it better. You know, I don't want to make it sound like I want to rely on that too much, but hey, if it works, why not? Adam. Ooh, $20 from Adam. Thank you so much for your contribution, dude. That's awesome. Like, you guys have been really treating me lately, and I want you to know that I appreciate it. I had no idea that someone would think that I would be worthy of such contributions, but just want you to know that I appreciate it a lot. Cool live stream, Zamri. I found it. Zamri, have a great week. Thank you so much. Jordan says, "You are very different to me, so amazing you are. The truth is, we can strive for equal rights, but we can't really have it because women and men are too different." Exactly, and there is nothing wrong with that. I propose we come up with different rights to both parties that both parties can agree with. It sounds like a lot like marriage, if you ask me. Men are more and more afraid of dating now because we have no clue what a woman's true intentions are, and the slightest error in communication can lead you to rape charge, sexual assault, and all that. You know what? There is a note in which, in this article, in which I will mention that Mr. Aaron Bison, and yeah, even false accusations, even if the guy is proved innocent, that stuff messes their lives for the rest of their lives. Sorry. It messes their lives forever. That's what I meant to say. So, yeah. You know it. You're having to register as an offender. An 18-year-old male who got his 15-year-old girlfriend pregnant had to register, but he was 17 when they started dating. The Bizarre Zamri, it's fine. Yeah, I promise you, my goal is someday to have a very good setup to where my reception does not suffer. Absolute Hulk. Ooh, Hulk is a good character. Says Zamri, when are we going to hang out? Well, I'm trying to make my streams work, so yeah, that's gonna be challenging. But anyways, we'll come up with something. I'm a big fan of you, Zamri. I appreciate you, Jordan. I really do. You say the nicest things. Well, many people say nice things, but yeah, you are consistently nice. I appreciate you. You brighten up my day. I love being different too. That's my style. Evolution. I worry about today and tomorrow, so you can tell me all so you can all have your opinions on it. It won't bother me. Zebri, can you do the video about jealous people, please? That will be cool when you get time. Have I made a video about jealous people? Maybe I did way back in my day starting, which I make it sound like it was a long time ago, but it was only 2 years ago. But I'll think about it. If I haven't addressed it already, I'll definitely make a note of that and get around to it because it's a good topic. If I haven't done it already, I have definitely considered it. So, yeah. Yes, Zamri, women love romance to get attention from us men. I like making women feel happy. Watch the Dutch movie The Hunt this week. You'll enjoy it. It's about how this student's lie ruins this professor's life. Why do I feel like I have heard a story like that before? You are welcome. You are very kind too. All right, guys. It seems like I have caught up with all your comments. I will be back definitely tomorrow. I'm not sure at what time, but I'm way too excited about this topic to let it go cold. But I appreciate you so much for joining me, and I'm sorry that I'm having tech issues lately, especially with my reception being weak and all that. But eventually, I'm hoping that I can maybe
have Wi-Fi at home or something so I can have a more reliable connection and stuff. But yeah, I'm not having a messy stream schedule lately just because I love to. It's just work has been crazy. And then when it comes to my phone, it's kind of an older phone, so I knew it was bound to give me problems at some point. But anyways, we'll figure this out. Peace out, boss. Love the honesty. And I appreciate you too. I love the stuff that you have to share. All right, guys. See you guys soon.